All right, thanks everybody for being patient. Call the October 3rd, 2024 Daea Board meeting to order. Jordan, can we have a roll call?
John Smoot. David Call.
Here.
Sheriff Eggleton. Brett Hodgson.
Here.
Destiny Newcomb.
Here.
Rob Van Natter. We have a quorum.
All right, next item on the agenda is action on the September 5th, 2024 meeting minutes. Do we have a second?
That motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda is citizen concerns. Any issues relative to a issue or a case that is not on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll proceed with the agenda. I would like to move case number 2024-27122 Black Betsy up to, we're going to move that up to number 1 since the folks have been waiting. So
Okay.
if there is anyone who would like to speak relative to this case, well, I'm sorry. Let's let Jordan present the facts, and then you can come forward and speak if you wish.
Okay, so this property owner did contact staff to request 30 days to work on the backyard and provided pictures of progress made on the front yard on August 16th. The complainant's daughter came to our last meeting on September 5th and provided photos of the backyard. The property owner was not present at that meeting due to a death in the family, and a 30-day extension was granted, bringing him up to this time. A follow-up inspection was conducted on September 18th, and we didn't note progress at that inspection, but we did receive a letter from his attorney with photos of the progress that were taken September 30th that showed a lot of improvements, and those are printed there for you to see since I just received those a couple days ago. And he is here with counsel if you guys would like to come.
If you folks would like to come forward and speak. If you would, please, when you get to the mic, state your name for the record.
Well, thank you all. My name is Robert Vernon Berthel III. I'm counsel on behalf of Mr. Smith, who's also here. And I just wanted to briefly address the issues as to what I saw in the complaint. Just to give you guys some context, he had a house fire April 25th of 24. And we've been in the process of investigating the insurance claim. The insurance claim as of right now is still pending. I spoke with the fire marshal's office in July and attempted to get the fire marshal report. It was not completed. I spoke to them again on, I guess, Monday of this week, and it's still not been released. So where we sit right now, we have a pending insurance claim. It's likely to get into litigation next week. Probably at longest within the next 2 weeks, we will initiate litigation against the insurance carrier in this case. We are still waiting on the fire marshal report, and we're waiting on the complete conclusion from his insurance company. Since the fire, he's been in a hotel, basically 162 days in the Charleston area. He works 6 days a week. We understand that there are some issues with the overgrown vegetation and what I guess they deem to be abandoned vehicles. He has paid $500 recently to have what we feel is hopefully a way to alleviate the overgrown vegetation issue. In speaking with him, I can be a point of contact going forward if there are other concerns raised on the property. We'd like to try to get this addressed, but the concern we have right now with this being a pending insurance claim is we need to preserve the property so that that can be completed as well as the fire marshal's investigation. If it would dramatically change, that may become an issue that would void insurance or may create other issues in his claim. As to these vehicles, I would seek some clarification as to what the issue is. I reviewed the West Virginia Code on both abandoned vehicles as well as junk vehicles. These vehicles are operative, they're titled in his name, and from talking to him, they're all physically located on the premises itself, they're not on public property. So if there is a concern with that, I guess I'd like to have clarification as to what we could do. And then as to the ongoing vegetation, I've spoken with Mr. Smith. We're going to have ongoing maintenance on that to hopefully address any of those issues, but we would ask for an extension, at least 30 days, to try to get these issues addressed. Hopefully find out if we're able to resolve the insurance claim. If not, it's going to be entering into litigation. So with that being said, I could answer any questions the commission may have, and if they have any questions for Mr. Smith as well.
These photos that we have here before us, they were taken recently, right?
Yes, sir.
If you guys know, okay, you have them there in front of you. So these are more recent than the photos you see in the slideshow.
I don't remember anything about the vehicles in the complaint.
Yeah, so the complainant had originally had an issue with a boat and a car that were parked next to his house, and then there was another vehicle in the front yard that she did complain about. And so that was included in the letter that was sent to him, that there were vehicles and overgrown vegetation.
But he owns, these are his vehicles, and they are on his property.
Yes, sir. And they are titled in his name. They do operate. I believe there was an inspector out, and he was able to show, is that correct, that the vehicles were operative?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate y'all coming out, and sorry for the wait.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody like to make a motion?
Make a motion, we grant the 30-day
Extension.
extension.
Here we have a motion. Do we have a second? All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. So we will get back on track here on the agenda. We'll go to Daea case 2024-04, which is 11 Bountiful Lane in Winfield.
An anonymous complaint was made on February the 29th about trash and possible septic overflow at an abandoned and dilapidated structure at this property. The property owners live in a house that is also on this property. There was a Daea case for their home at the same time that was dismissed in July, as they had been brought into compliance at that time. This property was given an additional 60 days at the meeting on July 11th. So a follow-up inspection was completed on September 27th, showing a lot of progress at that property.
Are these current photos?
Yeah, they were, I believe, a week old. Is that correct, Jordan?
September 27th,
Okay.
last
Very
week.
current.
Yeah, I mean, I would consider that to be cleaned up. All the debris and trash that was out there has been removed, and that's what we had asked them to do.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and dismiss case 2024-04.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, with a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. You guys aye? Okay. All right, motion passes. Thank you very much. So let's move on to Daea case 2024-09, 4587 Bowles Ridge Road. Jordan, if you would go ahead and present your facts, and I believe we have someone here to testify for that one as well.
Yes, this property owner was granted a 6-month extension on April 4th. He contacted staff on July 17th and stated the dilapidated trailer, which was the original complaint, had been removed from the property. At that time, I just advised him that he had until October before this would be back on the agenda. A follow-up inspection was completed September 18th, which shows that that trailer has been removed, and he is here if you'd like to.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. If, please state your name for the
Glenn
record.
Coleman.
Pardon?
Glenn Coleman.
Oh, okay. Very good, sir. What do you have to tell us?
Just let me know what else I need to take care of.
Okay. So it looks like the single wide mobile home that was dilapidated has been removed. Jordan, what were the, do you have the other details relative to the complaint?
So when we made him aware of the complaint, he was asked to remove the dilapidated structure, a vacant and abandoned structure, it was all the same trailer, and then some debris and vegetation.
Probably did mention last month too, as he drives past, there's significant cleanup.
Improvement, yes.
Yeah.
Right. I believe the sheriff does pass this property on a daily basis, I believe. Yeah.
As all of the items from the original complaint have been resolved, I'll make a motion to dismiss this case.
Okay, we have a motion to dismiss. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, with a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Very good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That, I can't hear what y'all.
Oh, okay, yeah, the board voted to dismiss the case, so very good work. Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Your hat fell behind your chair there.
All right, next case, let's move on to Daea case 2024-15, just 1371 and 1507 Kelly's Creek Road. Jordan, go ahead.
Yeah, so this property owner was granted another 30-day extension at our last meeting on September 5th due to the pending sale of the property. At that meeting, the property owner stated cleanup was also a condition of the sale, and the process was causing sort of a worse before it's better situation, hindering the visual progress that they were really making on there. A follow-up inspection was completed this past Tuesday, October 1st. There were not photos taken by us at that time, but the property owner is here this morning and has provided photos via email that I printed for you guys to see of the property. And those actually do look like there has been some progress. Mhm.
Okay, I believe we have folks here to discuss this case. If you would step to the mic and state your name for the record.
Amber Gray.
And Chad Gray.
Very good. Tell us what you can about your efforts here at the property.
We have sold 12 vehicles. We are in the process of moving. We do have 3 pods. We are putting things in the pods as we go. We have torn down 1 trailer. The other one is going Sunday. We have a company that's bringing in a 26-foot dump bed so we can put the items in the dump bed to take that trailer out of there. Everything does have to be off of the properties that we are taking, and we are leaving what the people that are purchasing the property want us to leave. Because they're wanting it to help with their business that they're going to be running off the property.
Which is that silver building and that one piece that looks like a bread truck trailer. They want to keep that.
Which ones were they?
The box,
You
the
can see
2
them
box
in the
trucks,
distance.
one's on one side of the creek and one's next to the fence.
And the vehicles that are out in the yard, there's a guy coming to pick them up. That's why they're out in the yard. And
The red
also,
truck and the silver truck.
There's a Jeep J10 cabin, just the cab and the front fenders. We're supposed to be delivering that this week to somebody else, so it's out of here too. It was just bought for parts because I lost the rear axle on mine, hauling stuff away for junk. So I had to get the axles out. So
And I mean, we are trying to get the stuff out of there, get it cleaned up. because we do have a deadline to meet for
Yeah.
the sales of the property.
There's no
Both
other way
homes
around
have
this.
sold it, have been sold.
When is your deadline?
It's supposed to be November the 15th is what the closing date is, but I don't know if they're going to try to extend it or what they're going to do.
As we're working with the other people pretty good, so it's kind
Our
of,
realtors is Monica Stewart and Sherry Long.
and all those mowers that were on the side of
The garage, we're
garage area?
dismantling them and
We're
the
tearing
parts
them
are
down?
being put into the pods.
they're all being torn down for parts and separated each piece and all boxed and put in pods.
The mower carcasses are being,
Pardon me?
the mower frames and
Yes.
carcasses are being
Yes.
put into the
We
pod.
are
We're just
putting them
ditching
into
the
boxes.
chassis and just keeping spindles, motors, drive systems, stuff like that, and just dismantling them for parts.
And you guys own the brick home as well as the yellow home and the yellow.
Both have been
garage.
sold together, yes.
That's all.
They're
Also-
on one land,
They didn't want
Land
to,
pocket.
we were going to divide them up and sell them separately, but the people want both pieces.
they're buying the other for their daughter.
So that is on one parcel, two
Yep.
addresses on one parcel.
Yes. But the way that the loan, I understand, is being considered as our home is a storage, not a home.
Yeah, because they couldn't sell it as two home on their one land parcel.
Thank you. Thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate your
Oh,
time.
okay.
What is it?
Thanks for coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it's hard to hear in here, sorry.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sound reflection in here.
Yeah. Does anybody like to make a motion relative to case 2024-15?
Progress is being made, another 30-day warrant, extension.
Sales to be closed by the 15th, that's right around the next meeting anyway, so, check progress again by then.
Would you like to put that in the form of a
Sure.
motion?
I'll make a motion, we do another 30-day extension.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, with a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
30 more days.
Ayes have it. Thank you very much, folks. 30-day extension. Stay in touch.
Will do, thank you.
Appreciate your time. All right. I believe the next case is Daea case 2024-28, which is 116 Pearstone Lane in Marina Park.
Yeah, so
Go
the
ahead.
complaint was filed on August 15th. The initial inspection was conducted on August 20th. The property owner has been notified of the case via certified mail and contacted staff to state that he was going to hire someone to clear the property, and that should be taken care of this weekend, he said by Sunday, October 6th. He also stated that the complainant is one of the people who is dumping trash on this lot because she won't sell it, because he won't sell it to her. So I did receive a written letter from the gentleman that owns the property. He doesn't have access to email, so he mailed in a request asking 30 days or until the next meeting to have that.
So he's stating that he has someone lined up to work
Yep.
over the weekend to get this cleaned up.
Yep, that's supposed to be accomplished this weekend.
And this is not, is this the, let's see, this is the first time we've heard this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody like to make a motion?
Request that we give him 30 days.
Okay, is that a motion? Put that in form of a motion, okay. We have a motion for a 30-day extension, which we'll discuss again at our November meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, with a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, ayes have it. We will discuss this again at our November meeting. All right, we'll move on to new business. Daea case 2024-30774 Tackett's Branch Road.
So this complaint was received by the office on September 4th about debris and a dilapidated structure. The initial inspection was conducted September 4th. The property owner is P&J Real Estate. They were notified of the case via certified mail on September 16th, and I have not heard anything from them yet. Our ordinance gives them 30 days to respond.
So we really can't talk about this until we have the green card back, correct?
We have the green card back.
Oh, we do?
Yes, but they have not reached out to us.
Gotcha.
And we give them 30 days to do so. So
Okay.
so they just haven't, they've got the notification, but they haven't said anything yet.
Okay,
And
so-
this one is an old case too, from like 21.
This has been a problem child for quite some time. And it just reoccurs, so, we've had a few different times under control too, it's just
Has it been cleaned up and then goes back?
successfully once. At one time, but, taking two things out and then 12 things in,
Gotcha.
seems to be the situation.
Well, so since the folks have 30 days to reach out, I suppose we would have to address this again at our November meeting.
Yes.
Okay. So we
We're
will,
chatting with all the free rock information and stuff like that too.
oh, that's great. Do they ever respond to that? No. Okay.
We've had several door tags from us too, but
Okay. So we'll revisit this. I guess somebody should make a motion for us to revisit this in November.
I'll make a motion to revisit this at the November meeting.
Okay, get a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Okay, we'll revisit this in November. All right, Daea case 2024-32, which is 3 Lee Circle in Hurricane.
This complaint was received on September 12th. The initial inspection was conducted on September 17th. The property owner has been notified via certified letter and contacted staff on September 26th. She was directed to email a timeline for cleanup, which I have received from her, requesting 3 weeks, mostly because her husband works every other weekend, so she needed his off weekend for him to just clean up. The nature of the complaint is just regarding the debris that's around the yard. And the complainant is not anonymous. It is their next door neighbor, and she is really mad that they won't let her weed eat her fence on their side. And she had let it be known to them that she would be filing this complaint before she did.
Make a motion, we give them 30 days.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second? All right, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, ayes have it. Very good. We'll give them 30 days to revisit. All right, Daea case 2024-33, 151 Clayton Avenue in Hurricane.
This complaint was received on September 17th. The city of Hurricane is receiving complaints about vehicles on the property. Abandoned vehicles are technically either left on public property or on private property without consent. An inspection was conducted on September 17th, and a certified letter has been mailed. The green card was received on Tuesday, October 1st. And then I received an email from an attorney yesterday that is representing the property owner and says that the vehicles on the property are neither junk nor abandoned. He intends to take a couple of the vehicles for repair so that they're operable, and some of the cars on the property are not licensed, but they are operable.
Not saying you couldn't be, but you do know that the gentleman is a senior citizen. So I'm hoping that you can put him on the meeting, sell or something, but, I do know that not very many of them have moved on a regular basis.
What is the attorney brought up a point that he didn't find anything about cars. What is,
Yeah, West Virginia Code states that
Thank you.
if the property owner is the owner of these vehicles and they are on the owner's property, that they are not considered illegal. If he owns them and they are parked on his property. So I guess the question is, Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong, did the lawyer's letter state whether or not this gentleman owns all these vehicles?
So the attorney says he has placed license on at least one vehicle since your letter. He intends to have a couple of the vehicles taken for repair so they are operable. Although some cars on the property are not licensed, they are operable.
Yeah, I see some that do not have plates, and then it looks like there's weeds growing up around some of them.
for the sheriff would be interested if the taxes are
Right.
He didn't, the attorney's letter does not make a specific request for an amount of time or lay out a timeline to get this corrected. He just said that he intends to take vehicles for repair and has licensed one since receiving our letter.
No, I don't think so.
No, they're parked in front of his garage, around his driveway.
I mean, I feel like there's nothing we can do on this case in either aspect anyway, so there's not really any use of us, wasting our resources sitting around, having more than investigating or anything. We can't do about cars.
Yeah, I mean, maybe best, we forward this to make the sheriff aware, and
So I'll make a motion to have the sheriff's tax office check into the vehicles before we make any other decisions.
I don't know if we motion to invalidate, like make the complaint invalid, because it's not something that we can,
What if we push it for 30 days and have a conversation with sheriff and see what his thoughts are on the matter?
yeah, is that in the form of, would you make that in the form of a motion?
I make a motion that we extend this to next month and seek advice from the sheriff.
All right, with a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, ayes have it. We will push that till next month and confer with the sheriff. All right, we have a report on Daea case 2024-13, Hanning Drive in Poca.
yeah, so this one was given an extension that doesn't end until October 26th, but I just wanted to update you guys and let you know that the tenant living in this house that was causing the mess was served with an eviction and had until September 30th to vacate. So hopefully when we go back out for an inspection closer to October 26th, we should see some progress made there. Yep, because the property owner seemed willing to cooperate.
Okay.
And then I have an update that I got on a case after the agenda was drawn up for case 2024-29 on Shade Tree Lane. They have hired Shannon Simmons to clear the abandoned trailer and debris, overgrown vegetation on the property. They're just awaiting asbestos testing results. So that's it.
All right, very good.
I think it's 25 Shade Tree Lane, Scott Depot.
And I also see here that 425 Circles Drive has been successfully demoed.
Yep, they're in the process of demoing that and clearing it out.
Those photos were from yesterday, so with the weather improving today, I'm sure he'll make more progress on that today. So with everything covered on the agenda, I will take a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.